Hi guys, Benjamin here, working on a secret camera project. No, not really. Anyway, this is the beginning stages of my kind of sorta FPV. Not sure yet. I am not gonna fly by IFR yet. That is for sure. Just for the pure and simple fact that I do not have the on-screen display that I want. It's not within affordable range yet. But anyway, so I am putting this system on a SIG Cadet LT40. It has I think a 78-inch wingspan. I'm a bit concerned that the engine is a bit underpowered. It floats like a kite anyway, so it'll be alright. But let me show you some of my ideas on how I'm going to do this. Because I am a limited budget, living on VA only, I have to get really creative on how I do things. Anyway, so when you mount a camera on an airplane, whether it be foam or balsa, and it's going to be on the bottom, and you see where it's at, you need to make sure it's going to have some reinforcements because, yeah, you're going to have some rough landings, guy. And that's just the nature of the beast. Is that kind of silly that that's there? Yes. However, no other place is where I want it to be. I do not want it screwing with any of the wing surfaces. And right there is fine. It's already got turbulence or parasitic drag from the wheels anyway, so I figured I'll just stick that right there. Now you might be wondering, oh man, you're not gonna, when the airplane takes off, it's gonna bash the ground. Well, yeah, if there's rocks, which where I fly there isn't, so I'm fine with that. So anyways, during the course of the taxiing, it's just gonna, probably bounce around slightly, but it's not gonna bounce too bad. And then once you get to your takeoff point and start your revving up your engine for takeoff, when the airplane lifts up, your tail of your airplane, unless it's a tail dragger, being this is a tricycle gear, your tail does not touch the bottom of the thing. It does not touch the ground. You can see the evidence on the back. Mine doesn't touch the ground unless I crash landed. So anyway, by the time that you have a certain amount of pitch on the front when it's at takeoff speeds. Or when it has achieved the speed achieved the speed to generate enough lift for takeoff. As you see here, it's rolling forward. It's going to lift up, and by the time the wheels are about an inch off the ground, it's already achieved enough lift that it's going to go forward and just lift off the ground anyway, just like a normal flight. Landing is the same way. So now here's a secret weapon that I don't see anybody seem to be using, and I don't know why. Hang on a minute, and let me orientate this thing. So this here little itty bitty antenna is a quarter wave antenna. It's about 7-8 inches. It actually should be 6 inches for 440, but anyway, a quarter wave antenna. All those little crazy cloverleaf antennas and stuff like that, this is exactly the same thing, except that you might get some, the cloverleaf antennas are good for cross-polarization elimination, which, hey, fantastic. But here's the thing. That antenna, assuming this was on a mount on top of a car, it has what kind of radiation pattern? A ball, right? A sphere? A half sphere? So what does that mean? The signal is going up to the sky, to the ionosphere. It's not going down. So when all these people that are putting the antennas with the bottom of the mushroom facing towards the ground, that's wrong. It's not going to work unless you're standing above your aircraft. Your antenna has to be like this. So as you saw, this here is for 1.2 gigahertz amateur television, because IB licensed I am. Anyway, that is a ground plane antenna for 1.2 gigahertz. So what's going to happen is that, yes, the airplane is going to be up in the sky. I do not care if any radiation or RF goes out to the ionosphere. I don't want that. I don't need that. I want it to go down to the ground. So this type of disc ground plane antenna is going to focus all of the radiation to go down to the ground. That's where I want it to go. Now, this is a trainer airplane, and I like that. Yes, I have aerobatics, an aerobatic one. But this one I just want to do slow flying and stuff like that. I don't want any twitchiness or anything kind of dumb. So this is the one I want. This is where I want it to be. And fortunately, because it is, like I said, a quarter wave, it's going to work very well for its purpose. And probably a lot better than all this other crap that you dumb fools are paying some guy who claims to have invented the cloverleaf antenna when in 1963 is invented by ham. So yeah, don't pay some dude that claims invented just recently. He's a fucking liar. Anyway, Bulger's gone. So I'm using the Samsung camera. I put some plates on here. There's a plate on the inside and there's a plate here. This is kind of a breakaway plate. Not really, it's just reinforced. This is breakaway for sure, but the only thing that's going to break away on this is the copper wire. It's just going to bend, so I really don't have to worry about anything on that department. Let's show you here. So that right there is the plate. It's 2 pieces of hobby plywood, and this piece in here has been CA glued in, and then once I figure out where I'm going to put the additional battery and the video transmitter, I have to figure out the center of gravity first because I want it to be balanced. And when you do the center of gravity, every model airplane magazine suggests you use half a fuel tank, or your fuel tank is half full, half empty, whatever. Too much gas tank if you're an engineer, whatever. Anyways. Do it properly when you do the center of gravity, when you're adding all this crap on here, because that does make a difference. But anyway, that's probably going to go right here to get that balance. But anyway, more to come.